Good Saturday. It's me, Puina, and I would like to welcome you back to Puina's channel, Puina's Tech Light. Today's agenda will be on Python programming, variables, and strings. So I will be going through what is variable and what is strings with the Python code examples. Okay, let's go ahead. Let me click onto the next slide. So Python variables. A Python variable is something that holds a value that may change. In simplest term, a variable is just a box that you can put stuff in. It can store the values into it. You can use variable to store all kinds of stuff when it comes to Python programming variable stuff. Unlike other programming languages, Python has no command for declaring a variable. A variable will be created the moment you first assigned a value to it. Variables do not need to be declared with any particular type and can even change type after they have been set. Variable names. These are very important. Please note. A variable can have a short name like A, B, or it can even have more descriptive name, for example, place, surname, or total area separated by underscore. A variable name can start with a letter or the underscore character, otherwise it will not work, it will throw error. A variable name cannot start with a number. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores. Example, A to Z, it can be uppercase or lowercase, numeric 0 to 9, and underscore. Variable names are case sensitive. Example, you can see here there are 3 variable names called place. Meaning wise they are all same, but when it comes to Python programming language variable, they are all different variables because Python variable names are case sensitive. As you can see on the first string place, it's a lowercase. Or second one, the initials P is uppercase but followed by all lower cases, and the last one, it has got all the upper cases. Please note that. So Python variables, how we can create variables. Example is given: a equal to 10, b equal to Scarlet. Scarlet is a string, whereas a variable value is integer. So I will go through with the coding examples on the Python. So first you need to have Python installed on your system. If you haven't installed the Python yet on your system, and if it is Windows operating system, then you can check out my first video. uh, on it I have um, given the tutorial for how to install Python on Windows operating system. It all it applies to all the Windows operating system versions. Okay, let me just open the Python. So I have the Python, which is 3.7 idle. So let me open this. There you are. And okay, let me make it a little smaller. Okay, then okay, so it's better now. All right, so for example, a is a variable and 10 is the value. Okay, now when we enter the value integer 10 to a, now the Python has hold that value or has stored that value. So if you want to check the value, so we can use the command print to print out the value of the a. There you are. So it print out exactly the value that we have supplied to the variable a. Now let's check the second example. B equals, now we're giving strings, so Scarlet, there you are. Then same thing, same command, print B. Okay, now it has print out Scarlet. Okay, now let's go to next slide. Variables don't require to be declared with any particular type and can even change type after they have been set, which means the value that they store is not permanent. If the variable is same and if the same variable is defined again with some other different values, then when Python executes the program, it will uh, consider and take the latest variable value. Okay, let's take an example. So we have given a equals. Okay, I will not give that, but still let me print a so that we have the value 10 or not still. Okay, variable is a, then print. Okay, we still have 10 value which we have given here. Okay, so this Python is still storing the value 10. Now let's change, define something else to this variable a, and let's check it out. Okay, as per the example, so we will change the value to Scarlet and quotations. Okay, now let's print a. There you go. See, the value of the variable a was 10, but after we have defined the same variable a and with different string values, Scarlet, the Python recognize considers the latest variable and it print out the scarlet. Great. All right, next, let's go to the next slide. You can also assign the value of a variable to be the value of another variable. Okay, so let's take with an example. So for example, we'll give first a equals 5, okay, b equals 10. Now let's print a and b separated by comma, and it will print out both 5 and 10. Okay, now let's do something very exciting. Now we will give one variable c, and let's give this c value which should be equals to a. Okay, now hit enter. Now let me print c a then b. Well, the c, we have defined variable c, and we have mentioned it's equal to a, and a, the value still is 5, and b we haven't changed, so it's still 10. So the expected value will be c should be equals to a, which means 5, a equals to 5 and 10. So these are the values that we expect to print out. Yeah, exactly, we got the same value that we have expected. Let's try one more example. When we give another, not another variable, but on the existing, let's equals the variable a with b. Okay, and let's check out by printing the value variables. Okay, c, a, and b. What we expect? C, of course, it equals to a, which means still the value will be 5. Now a we have changed here, a equals b. Now the value of a will become the value of variable b, which is 10, and b we haven't changed anything, so it should be 10. So what we expect should be 5, 10, 10. All right, let's print out. There you are. All right, so it's a great one. Next, sense to next slides. Well, next topic will be Python strings. Strings is simply a list of characters in order. A character is anything you can type on the keyboard in one keystroke, like a letter, a number, or a backslash. Hello is in one of the example, so it's a string, and please note that it should be always under quotations, and it has got 5 characters, S-E-L-L-O. Strings can also have spaces, for example hello under space word. So when Python reads this string, the white spaces will be considered a character. So if we count hello world, it has got only 10, but Python will also read the white spaces, and it will add one more characters, which will become 11 characters. There are no limits to the number of characters you can have in a string. You can have anywhere from 1 to a million or even more. You can even have a string that has 0 characters, which is usually called the empty string. There are 3 ways you can declare a string in Python: using single quote, double quotes, or triple quotes. In all cases, you start and end the string with your chosen string declarations, which means if you start with single quotations, then you should end with single quotations. If it is triple quotes, then you should end with triple quotes. Well, next, let's change the slide. So here are some examples. Let's take the first example. Okay. uh, okay, so this should be the value. So there you are. Okay, let's take the first example. Print I am a single quoted string. So you see the strings I am a single quoted string. It starts with single quotations and it ends with quotations. So this is a string. Python will consider this as a string. Let's try out. There you are. So it has printed what we expect. Next example, we can also have double quotations. Let me change here. Okay, now we have started with double quotation. Okay, now ends with the single quotations. Okay, let's check out whether this throw error or not. Okay, so we have started with double quotations and end with single quotations. See, even it's even not allowing us to print. Okay, so we have to change. So it has given error now. So we have to change the value of this to double quotations. Give me a moment. Something. Okay. See, it has given the error, syntax error. Okay, so why? Because we have started with double quotations and end with single quotations. So it will get the error. So let's fix the issue. So we have to end with double quotations if you start with double quotations. Now print. There you are. Okay, and lastly we can also check the triple quotations. Okay, let's try out with the single triple quotations. There you are. Okay, and even you can use double quotes also. All right, there you are. So this is about Python strings example, how you can define these strings using single quotes, double quotes, and triple quoted string. Python strings, when you define the string, and if you want to use quotes within that string inside, then there is a way how we can handle that situations. So let's take this first example. Okay, so let me make it a little smaller so bigger. Let me bring it up. Okay, and let me scroll down this one. Okay, there you are. So now let me just print this one first. So I said, see, double quotes, there is one single quote, there is one single quote, and there is double quotes. Okay, so on this strings you have double quotes, starts and ends with double quotes. Now the problem, if we defined like this, okay, let me show you with example what kind of error we can expect to get. So let's remove this backslash. Okay, there you are, and let's try out. Okay, and print. See, it's giving us the syntax error. It says invalid syntax. Why? Quotation is there, quotations. So Python is getting confused in these situations. It does not know, the Python does not know what to print, so it got confused and and it has given the syntax error. Okay, so for this, if we want to solve the issue, then there is a solution. We can use backslash always before the quotations. If it starts with double quotations, then use backslash. Same here. Okay, single quotations, that will be fine because we are starting with the double quotes. Okay, now there you are, it has printed out without any issues. Okay, let's take the second example. So let me print out this one. So here's why I said double quotations, don't, there's a single quotation is there, and one is double quotations. Now on this example, we have started the string with the single quotes. Now it will not have any impact on the double quotes, but it will have impact on the single quotes because they are same. Again, the Python will get confused what to print out or not. So that's why the solution is you can use the backslash before the single quotes, same likewise in this case as well, and it will print out quite nicely without any error. Okay, and let's try this example. Okay, there you are. So this will result in only 3 backslashes. Okay, so when you write, okay, define a string on the code, you are using double backslashes, but Python recognize it as single. Okay, 3 backslashes, please note that. And this is the last example for this section. Okay, let's print out. Okay, the double quotations mark. Okay, this is the strings, quotes within the brace, within the bracket, is used to indicate direct quotations. Now the confused part is here you can see it starts with quotations. Okay, and there is a double, sorry, it's a double quotations. Yep, it's a double quotations. Okay, now we have started with the triple quotations. Now let's start the string, the double quotation mark. Okay, and we have used backslash, then quotation is used to indicate the quotations. Okay, let's remove this. Let's remove this backslash and let's check out what kind of error we get. Okay. Okay, it does not give any error. The good thing is that okay, perfect. So if you are using bracket and if you have quotations and if you are using different quotations for the string to define, then you don't have to give. Okay, so there is no issues with that. Okay, all right, let's move to the probably the last slides. Okay, so let's go with an example. Okay, so for example, so this is the first Python hello world that globally recognizes when you write your first code or teach the coding. So this is the first code that will be taught, and that is hello world. There you go. So hello, then comma, then world, same thing we have got. Okay, now we'll do one thing. We can define the same thing using the operators. By the way, if you are very new to Python and haven't wrote any codes or first codes, then there is another tutorial, you can check it out, the first code on Python. Okay, and secondly, so on this second example we are using the operators, the addition. Okay, so there is another tutorial you can check out for the operators. All right, so we have used the operator plus its more of concatenations. So hello, then within closing quotations, and again start with quotations, and again closing. Okay, so you can concatenate, but in this syntax you should use. And this is again using operators, the multiplications. So it says print bouncy, then we are giving commands to Python that bouncy should be printed 10 times. Okay, so this is the multiplications of 10 times. Okay, let's check it out. So it has print out 10 times. Okay, that's a good one. And lastly, if you want to check the length of the string, you can use this syntax. Print length is the function, and hello world is the string, and we are going to count the the length of the characters. So we have seen on the previous slides when we were talking about what is strings. So I think in one of the slides it was mentioned that even the white spaces will be counted in Python. For example, hello has got 5, okay, comma will be 6, then world 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 without using this white space. Okay, so you have the comma, there's a white space, okay, between this. So now the number of characters in actual, it's 12, but still Python will recognize this white space as a another characters, and it will add one more, so it will print out 13 characters. There you are. All right, so this is the last code for this Python programming variable and string tutorial. I hope you all guys like it. If you like the tutorial, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe the channel for the next tutorial notifications. If you subscribe, it will give you the notifications. And lastly, if you have any comments, please feel free to comment um, below in the comment sections. And lastly, good day for today, and see you again in next video. Thank you so much.